Well, it's Derby Day. Welcome back. I can't think of one that's been much more important than this one in the whole grand scheme of things. Let's get into it. Hello everybody and welcome back to In the Dugout FM. I, of course, am Millers. This is Sunday League to Champions League and you join us as Arsenal visit us in the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. They are currently top of the shop by quite a long way and we're now sat in fourth after what was probably a disappointing draw against Everton at home. So, it's not been all that long since you were last with us. We obviously beat Chelsea. We then had to play Southampton in the Cup. We gave them an absolute tatering. By the way, Boris is an absolute monster because he also scored against Everton. Played 2, scored 2. What a signing. But as you'll see over there on the right-hand side, we were 2 up and cruising. Scaraglia gave away a penalty, which was... He didn't have to bite the way he did, but he did. And unfortunately, VAR confirmed it was in the box. Kadu scored, and then Fabian scored an absolute whip of a goal. Pretty much straight after, and despite some chances later on, we didn't take them, and that's where we are. I'll take the blame because I made a couple of changes, probably after about 60 minutes when, 2-0 is always a dubious scoreline for me, but there we go. So 2-2. Disappointingly, that dropped us down a little bit. However, we are still in those Champions League qualification positions. That's what we're going for. And we've got 2 games in hand on City, 2 on Arsenal and 1 on United. So we're in a fairly decent place. Depends how we do today, to be perfectly honest. If we can get anything more than a draw or above, I'll be delighted with today. So will the fans. In transfer news, so what's happened? We brought Boris in. Obviously, we've got no money to spend. We have shipped Martin Turk out. He wanted to go. He wasn't going to qualify for his work permit. Fine. He went out for 3.8 million. And we've sent a Corey out on loan to Anderlecht, purely just to keep his development going. He's 20 years old. They're going to see him as an important player. So I'm hoping he's going to play some games for the first team out there and come back to us ready to play for next season because I think he can still do bits. We have turned down about 4,715 offers from United for Scaraglia. Now, I was playing with them a little bit and I got them all the way up to 150 million. Not all cash up front, but a lot of it up front. And I was very, very tempted. But in the back of my mind, these guys are up there in the Champions League qualification places with us. They're willing to spend that kind of money on him. He now no longer wants to leave. He's happy about the number of happy players at the club. I don't need to sell him. I don't need to sell him. And I mean that in terms of our wage budget, right? Yes, we've got some money to spend, not loads. I would rather see Van Duyven go out than Scaraglia. And that's nothing's happened. There's been no nibbles for Van Duyven at all, wherever he is. Where has he gone? Oh, he's poorly. Yeah, there's been no nibbles for him at all. But I would rather see him go out. We've also had a transfer request come in from Kulusevski because he's not been playing enough. He's played absolutely boatloads, to be fair. He's been rotated quite a lot on that wide left, but he's asked to leave. And okay, fine. I'd be disappointed to see him go, but I'm not going to have him kick off. I don't want to kick up a stink. So if he goes, he goes. So that's where we are. It's going to be... I'm planning on a quiet window, to be honest. We are working on bringing in a sub-keeper. Our director of football has made an offer for this boy. He's only young, but, comes with a recommendation from our director of football. We can try and pick him up quite cheap, so he's gone for 1.6 million. I don't know whether we'll get away with that. If we do, fantastic. And we'll bring him in and he will sit on the bench for us as backup. So, today we take on Arsenal. It's a massive, massive game. Of course it is. I'm tempted to drop to balanced, but I think in the scheme of things, we've been playing very, very well in a positive manner, so we're going to stick there. Chrissy Rigg is out with a cold, so Moreno's going to step in as that advanced playmaker. Scaraglia is going to hold for me as he always does. Big Bad Boris, he sat in there behind Tarul. Amarilla, Kulusevski the wing. Alif's on his way back from an injury, so he's made the bench today, but he's not 100%. So when he's going to probably come on, maybe feature for 20 minutes. Coyote, Gertz, Malville and Cooper, and Marmalade. That's essentially our first team when you throw in Alif, to be fair. Van der Weeven's out. He would be on the bench ordinarily. But other than that, that's where we are. Zaluski wants more first-team football. He's not as good as the rest. He can potentially play in the Cup. We've got Bristol in the next round. But, where I can, I'll bring him on, but he's not going to be first team. So, that's how we're going to line up. It's a very, very big job. Pep Guardiola's team. What an absolute legend. He's come in here with a team that have won the Premier League, and they are top of the shop by some considerable way. Let's just see what we can do. Can I calm him down? There's no pressure. I just want to see. I trust you to make the difference. No? Okay. All right, fine. You made it clear the performance against Everton wasn't good enough. Correct. It wasn't us. Well, it was us. Push. Derby day. Really look forward to it. Joe Bell. What is thinking behind the sudden change? There's no real sudden change, Joe, to be honest. If you watched us last game, this is exactly how we played. So let's all calm down. Massive game. I say it now, I'll take a draw. If we get a win, huge result. Huge result. Which is why I've stayed positive, because if we can pen them in and try and do bits, and that will be superb. Get out. Got to close that down quicker, haven't you? Saka to Martinelli already causing problems. 50-50 on possession as it just drops down to 45-55. We're doing okay. It's fairly quiet, but it's quiet with us being positive. Maybe that's a good thing. Maybe we're occupying their midfield and therefore they're not creating all that much either. Scariglia gets his standard yellow card. He is literally a buck in every game. But he's a monster. So I'm okay with it. Malville gets a card. Okay, well, all right. Not the worst, to be fair. Not the worst considering who we're playing. Have we created enough? No. So I'm going to say that, essentially, if I can. Our shooting needs to improve? Maybe. I'm not going to say the same thing. I'm not going to repeat myself. Let's improve our shooting. Okay. We know we've got a Leaf to come on who can make a difference. So let's give it 10-15 minutes. See where we land. Hopefully we can keep a cleanie and we can just go and try and nick something. We're in this game and we're in it quite well. Gertzy, back inside to Malville. Don't lose the ball, good lad. If you have to go home, go home. Nice triangles. Tried to get Boris on the ball. Cooper out to Coyote. He's got hold of it well. Coyote flicks. Boris tries to win that but doesn't. Terrell finds Amarilla though, who fires in the bottom corner. This kid is an absolute beast when he gets free. Oh, quality. What a great finish that is. Ramsdale had no chance in fairness to him. Coyote did really well there to get hold of something. And then Terrell just reads it and plays a gap. Nothing Ramsdale can do. He hits the side netting with that finish and runs away to the adoring fans as the Arsenal fans sit there silently. 64 gone. We'll see what this highlight looks like and then we may well make changes as Boris works his way into the box. But it's a poor ball. Although Arsenal just clip into channels. Didn't even really get us turned. Malville, Moreno goes home. Don't mind that. Don't mind it as long as we look after it. Cooper strides out. Scariglia go wide. Play the line there, son. Good lad. Run at him. Run at him. Yes, good lad. Boris. Boris is 3 in 3. Kuzmanovic, what an absolute pickup this guy is. What a tremendous signing. He's tired because he's walked in and I've literally thrown him straight in from the cup game. I gave him a week to settle in. But boy, is he settled in on the pitch. What a beast. 65 minutes. We're going to get it to 70 and then we'll make a couple of changes. Kuzmanovic is tired and he's taken a knock. So we're going to make sure we do that. I want to wrap this kid up in cotton wool. But before that, Alif comes on. 5-star winger now, by the way. He's improving left, right and centre. Montel can come on for Kuzmanovic, no problem. I might just drop him back a little bit and ask him to be a bit of a playmaker, to be fair. Just sit in there, son. Try and dictate play for me. We put an extra body in the centre of the park. That's fine. I'm tempted. I'm very tempted. I'm doing that. I'm going to ask him to sit in there. Just defend. Yeah, let's do that. Tarul has played well. He's not scored. Amaril's a bit tired. Do we bring on Ferreira? I don't think so. I'm going to stick with what we've done there. The shape change should do it. Maybe we drop to balanced to try and hold this. 2-0 against the top of the shop team is a real performance here, by the way, as Arsenal are now going to look to try and play with 6 minutes left on the clock. They're doing well. They're just going to look to try and break our press, and if they do, they're potentially through. But we do know we've got Scariglia sat and holding. Bite. Well in you. I don't mind that, you know. I don't mind this press. His press is good. Get up, son. Good lad. Now go back. See. Oh, he's got the ball. No, he's not. Should have gone home there. Absolutely. Keep our shape. Tarul clips one just into space to find a leaf. You like that. Don't have to do anything there too. It's a good ball. Whoa. That was a decent volley, wasn't it? We're a bit tired now across the shop. To be fair, right the way across the back four. I might well bring Amaratu on. Depending on what this highlight looks like. If they score, I probably won't. We're forcing Arsenal back home every time here. Bite. Oh, he's got lucky there. Well in you. Go and get a foot in. Oh, that's lovely football. That's lovely football. It's a great finish. Is he offside, though? The ref's got his finger to his ears. May has run off with it, which suggests he wasn't offside. Doesn't normally happen. It's been awarded. 3 minutes of squeaky bum time here. I'm going to leave the 11 the way it is because I don't want to disrupt anything as we go into 5 minutes of time added on. If we can hold this, it'll be an absolute monster of a result. And we have. Pep Guardiola looks dejected. Miller's stands arms aloft as we secure 3 points at home against these boys. Massive result. Massive result. The fans will be delighted. We move into second place with 2 games in hand on Arsenal, and we're currently 7 points behind them. The title, the league, was never our aim, right? The aim is the Champions League qualifications because we've got the squad, I think, that can carry us a little bit further and give us a real chance. But this is an absolute monster of a result, which puts the league into question for Arsenal. You can see all the lads are tired. We've got a right management job to do in terms of making sure everybody's okay. But, 8 games now. 8 games. They're doing fantastic bits. Absolutely fantastic bits. This kid's going to be world class. Absolutely world class. Without a shadow of a doubt. He'll be 5-star without a shadow of a doubt. And then you've got our holding midfielders are doing absolute bits. Just want to show you, Scariglia, over the time I've been here now, essentially loves me like a father. You know, loves me like a father. Holds me in the highest regard. We're very close. Very close. He sees that the league position's got a lot to do with me, and he now no longer wants to leave the club. So I don't really want to sell him. That transfer fee, I think, is set by me as an asking price because, well, let's see how far we can push this, because he was happy with 80 million before, on the high side at 105. Would not be happy with that. So we're going to sit it at 109 to hopefully scare off a few people. But he's going to be an absolute beast too. So what a result. Tremendous. I'm going to now try and get through the window. All right. Still got a very busy month. 3 of the games are at home, thankfully. So that will be a benefit in terms of travel. But I'm going to come back to you for the Southampton game. First game of February. We'll get these games played. You'll see what we've managed to achieve in the window, if anything at all, by the way. But hopefully you've enjoyed that one just as much as I have. Proper revved up by that result. Do feel free to drop a like. I don't know much more that would deserve one than that game. Hopefully you've enjoyed it, and I will catch you all in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.